He has shattered the lives of our family, destroying a part in all of us, thus leaving us all in fear.
Family of Howard Zeke Harris pleaded with the Rhode Island Parole Board once again to keep his killer, James Hughes III, behind bars.
Hughes was convicted to to life in prison for brutally murdering Harris with a hammer back in 1982. In just the last few hours, the board once again unanimously denied his parole.
12 News reporter Alexandra Leslie joins us live in studio now with more testimony from family about why they will continue to keep fighting beyond today's decision. Alex?
Well, this was the 8th time that James Hughes' parole was up for debate. The board unanimously denied it back in August of 2017. And family of Zeke Harris say they feel they have a responsibility to keep him incarcerated.
How many times did Bob ask James Hughes to stop beating him?
This is the question that Chris DeRusso says lives on in her mind 41 years after her grandfather, Howard Zeke Harris, lovingly referred to as Bob, was murdered.
Did he say his name? Did he ask him why he was doing this?
Krista, along with Harris's other granddaughters, Bethany and Cynthia, made victim impact statements to the Rhode Island Parole Board Monday morning, asking its members again to deny James Hughes III parole. Hughes was convicted of Harris's murder in North Kingstown in 1982. Harris caught Hughes looking through his office desk for money, and when confronted, Hughes proceeded to beat Harris in the head with a hammer.
I regret to say I didn't even recognize my own grandfather in the funeral home.
Family of Harris says Hughes has never shown remorse and believes he cannot be rehabilitated.
He's never changed a thing and never will.
His granddaughters say these parole board hearings bring up feelings of grief, anxiety, and fear, though it's also an opportunity to remember their grandfather.
Such a heinous crime committed to a man who is still to this day remembered by so many near and far. He was genuine with a huge heart. I just miss him so much.
Now, this hearing was also attended by Harris's 93-year-old daughter on video conference, plus members of North Kingstown Police. The board says it will reconsider the 71-year-old's parole again in March of 2028. Live in studio, Alexandra Leslie, 12 News.
Parole for a Rhode Island man convicted in a 1982 murder has been denied for an 8th time. The unanimous decision announced by Rhode Island's parole board came after impassioned statements by family members of Howard Zeke Harris, who said they feel James Hughes III has never shown remorse. 12 News reporter Alexandra Leslie joins us live in studio now with more testimony from the family about why they will continue to keep fighting beyond today's decision. Alex?
Well, Kim, family of Zeke Harris said in addition to a lack of remorse, they believe Hughes could never change. They say they feel they have a responsibility to continue to keep Hughes behind bars, not only for their safety, but for others. Grief, anxiety, and fear. These are the feelings the granddaughters of Howard Zeke Harris feel every time his killer is up for parole.
I shudder to think of his parole approval.
Harris, who his grandchildren lovingly refer to as Bob, was killed in North Kingstown in 1982. He caught his eventual killer, James Hughes III, looking through his office desk for money. But when Harris confronted him, Hughes beat Harris to death with a hammer.
The thought of my grandfather's last moments of life in absolute terror and confusion will haunt me till the day I die. That is my life sentence.
One of his granddaughters was there when police found Harris's body inside his furniture store.
I heard a god-awful scream, one I had never heard before. My father, along with police, found my grandfather dead, bleeding from the head, unrecognizable.
Family of Harris pleaded with the Rhode Island Parole Board to deny Hughes parole an 8th time. They say the 71-year-old has never shown remorse.
A lifetime of no behavioral changes or even willingness to turn his life around is troublesome.
The granddaughters hope someday their beloved grandfather won't just be remembered for his death, but everything he did for people in life.
There are so many people that he helped in his life in big and small ways. We'll never know how many.